Okay, in this video we're going to be getting into drip feeding. This is one of the most powerful aspects of having a membership site, and until Thrive Apprentice 4.0 you really couldn't do it. You had to modify or duplicate courses, and it was just a real pain. So now you've got the ability to not only drip feed a lesson and number of lessons, but you can drip feed the modules, you can drip feed the course, and you can then access, restrict various aspects of a product bundle, so that you really can have multiple things going on at the same time. There's another process in here too called decoupling, which actually means that you can have two different types of drip schedules on the same course. Again, this stops you having to duplicate things. So if you've got one course that you're dripping out, say, every day, and then the other one you're dripping out, 2 lessons a day or something like that, whatever you want to do, you can do that. You just set up different drip schedules. So let's go and get into it. First of all, before we actually start, I wanted to show you something quickly, and that is just a little item within the settings over here on the left. There are a number of different settings you can play up with here. I won't go through them all now, but the one I did want to show you was just this one here, where you can skip the course's homepage when you only have one course published. All that simply means is that when you send someone to a course, or you want to send someone to your main homepage, if you've only got one course in there, then it's pretty kind of pointless. So you can direct them straight into the course itself. Now I've got that ticked as none, and so I will show you what that looks like here. And this was the original course page that we set up, and what I've done in the last day or two is I've actually added some proper graphics and changed around the course lessons and other sorts of things. So instead of having that bare bones look that we have had through the videos, then you've now got a bit more color. Basically, it looks all right. So this would be the course page. Here's my how to create a membership site, and as I say, I've only got one course in here. So if I didn't want to show this, I've also put a call to action down the bottom here, one of the standard ones that comes within the Thrive platform. So if I click into the course here, I'll go to the course overview page. So if I had that button ticked in the settings, instead of going to the courses page, it would come to this course overview page straight away. And as you can see, there's the banner. We've got the course here. If I click on the down arrow there, it shows me the courses and as the lessons. And as I said, I changed it from basically lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3 to the first 3 videos so far of this particular course you've been watching. So this will ultimately have all of those lessons in there, and this is a course in itself. So these videos become a course. I mean, how good is that? And we can go in and say start the course. Not 100% sure if I actually put the image on this, but we'll see in a minute. Here's the course, the first cover, and I decided to put a video banner around that. I added a whole bunch of resources on the little resource pin thing that I showed you in about video 2. So for this video, which is about the top 5 membership site ideas, that was the very first video in this course, there were 5 membership sites that I showed. So I created those as the resources, and if people click on these buttons, it's going to go out to the pages for that course. Again, I put a call to action here. I put a little wave on the bottom to match the wave on the bottom of this. I changed this around a bit. I changed in the back end of the settings that had lesson complete in lowercase with a lowercase l or lowercase c. I wanted to fix that up, and so I did that there. And this is how you just continue to modify the look and feel of your course. Okay, so I could watch that video and away I go. But let's go back to what we're here for, which is the drips. And we're here so here's our course details. This is what we created as our first course. Then we click on content, and here's all our content. And then we get to the drip side of this, and as we don't have a drip campaign yet. This allows you to unlock your course content with time delays, user actions, or any trigger you can think of. There are a number of preset ones, and you can just add them as you feel that you need to. The part about this, as I said, is that you can have one course dripped out in a number of different ways. So if you've added that same course into 3 or 4 different products, that course can be dripped out in any number of different ways relating to the product. So you only need to create the course once. So we'll create our first drip campaign, and you get given a number of different templates already set up. You've got an evergreen repeating template, scheduled repeating, day of the week or month repeating, drip on specific dates. This is great for doing competition type stuff or anniversary stuff, starting from scratch, or the Thrive Automator Unlock. Now there's another plugin within Thrive called Automator, and it's kind of like a Zapier or a Pabbly type of thing, where you set up an intermediate action for something to happen when someone clicks a button or whatever on your site. Well, that's what you can set up here. So that's even more power to create automations around your courses. So what we might do is we might say a scheduled, should we go with scheduled? Yeah, we'll start with this one. This is probably the easiest one to start with. So we're saying that what event should trigger this campaign? Oh, hang on. Obviously, let's give it a name. So we'll call this, for argument's sake, we'll just call it first drip campaign. Just to be easy. Oops, not fist. So what event should trigger the campaign? You can have a user starts the course, a user purchases the product, or a specific time of day. We'll take user starts the course. Okay, so they start the course, and we're going to unlock content systematically at custom intervals every week, or with Thrive Automator. So let's go with, we'll go systematically on this one. The content to unlock, so we're unlocking here the lessons, but we could, as to say, unlock a module. So we're unlocking the lessons in this module, starting after the top 5 membership site ideas, because that's our first lesson. When do we want to unlock the content? We want to unlock it daily, every day. Create the campaign. That's it. That's how easy it is. So again, I could come into this course, I could set another drip campaign, call it the second drip campaign, or the drip campaign for product number 2, and that drip campaign is going to unlock the courses or the lessons every week. Or it might be the modules. Maybe we've got 5 or 10 modules in this particular course, and so we want to unlock the modules once every week, and then the people can do the courses, the lessons within that course in their own time. Or again, we set up another drip campaign which unlocks the lessons in that course and the modules in that course. So the modules open up every week, and then the lessons are one every day. In other words, they can't go through them at their own pace. So just thinking about that for a moment, there are a multitude of ways that you can create your drip campaigns, and we're only using one of the preset templates. We could have had the scheduled ones. Oh, hang on. We could have had, what else do we have? You can manually add drip unlock conditions to set any lesson or module. Yes, we just got that. We're going to drip. First drip campaign. triggered by access to the course, unlock every day, show locked content in lesson lists. So if there is any locked content that we put in when we created the lesson, and if you remember that from the lesson videos, we can say yes, show the locked content, or no, don't show the locked content. The locked content then would mean that they would have to, subscribe as a WordPress subscriber, or you might force them across to a newsletter. You might set up one of the Thrive automators to go and run another different action. I mean, honestly, there's just the variety of things you can do is simply amazing. And this means that you can run these types of courses multiple times throughout the year, and they'll always run exactly the same every single time someone enters into the drip feed. So what else can we put onto this one? Probably not much. No, we'll leave that as the day. If we click a new, I was actually sure I clicked scheduled repeating then, but anyway, I must have been still on evergreen repeating. Drip on specific dates. If we click on this one, so we've got a specific time and date, custom intervals. We can set a date and time for content to be unlocked. So therefore, we might say, okay, the person has to go through the first 5 lessons of this, and then the next 5 lessons don't start for another 2 weeks, and then they can drip every day. Again, you just got so many different options to play with. So I won't put another campaign on this one. We'll just leave it as it is. And that is drip campaigning. Again, it seems so simple, but when you start doing this on your own courses and you start seeing how this feeds out, it's absolutely brilliant. And if you can imagine that you're dripping out the content every day, and then on your lessons you're saying to the people, hey, comment on this lesson and give me some feedback. What you're then starting to get, of course, is community involvement within your courses, which creates comments, which creates more ideas for you to do more courses, or to improve the current course that you've got. So you're getting this instant feedback from what you're putting out there, rather than sort of having someone 3 months down the track say, oh, I took that course and it was total rubbish. The other thing that it does, of course, is that it increases the retention of the people who are doing the course. How many times have you bought a course yourself, started it, and then just stopped because you got bored or whatever? When you put dripped content on, you're effectively sending a message to these people each time saying, the next lesson is open, go and have a look. And that keeps them coming back and keeps them doing stuff. And again, if you put calls to action within your lessons to say, leave some comments about what you think of this lesson, and it creates that community involvement, well, now you've got something that people really want to do. And so your user retention rates are very high, which means the likelihood of them buying a second course from you, or coming into another free course, if that's the way you want to do it, is much, much higher. So I hope you got a lot out of that, and we'll see you in the next video. So if you like these videos, hit the like button and then smash that subscribe button, and also hit the bell notification too, because that tells YouTube that you want more of these type of videos. Thanks.